Alright YouTube, welcome to Everyday Journey. As you saw, we've got the real mower here. I actually am trying to kind of tune it up for somebody because they're about to be using it to mow their yard. So never used one of these things before, but as you saw in that video, man, that was painfully difficult to do. One, this thing's probably never been sharpened, and two, it's adjusted completely wrong. As you can see, it was really low, catching on everything. The grass was way too thick. I mean, granted, if you like it that short, okay, it's fine, but it's not going to be the way it is in their yard. So I'm going to first off just raise this thing up the best I can. I know these things, from what I've heard, they don't go too high, but I'm going to raise it as high as it possibly can go, and then we'll work on sharpen it a little bit, so maybe it'll make it a little bit easier, and then we'll compare the two cuts. So let's see what we got. We got this back here. Like I said, I've never used one of these things before, but looks like this would be adjusting the height of the mow. So looks like we've got a 1/2 inch adjustment bolt here, and we are going to adjust it because it needs it badly, and maybe we need a wrench. And that's nice and rusty. Yeah, and it's already lowering it. We want it to go do just the opposite. We're gonna raise it all the way to the top. Alright, so there's that part. Now, I'm not entirely sure how to go apart about this. I've seen people use a compound for sharpening this that you basically apply to all the blades. I don't have that. So I do have a sharpening block. This thing is a cheap one. Get from Harbor Freight. I think it was about 10 bucks. And basically it's diamond. So let's see which one's the best grit here. We want the blue, which is this here. This is the roughest grit that we have. So I am going to flip this thing up and look and see about how is the best way to get by with this. It looks like it's meeting this basically 90 degrees because we have the plate that it goes up against to cut the grass, and it looks like it's meeting at basically 90 degrees. So I think what I'm going to do is see if I can't just manually do this myself. Probably won't be perfect, but you know what? Perfect's not what we're looking for here. We're looking for better. And it's still very dull. So maybe I can, yeah, I'm going to try to take off one of these wheels and see if I can't make this go a little faster. Alright, so this model here on the side, we've got a 7/16 bolt or nut. To remove that, this will be the axle for this wheel. and take that off. Push the nut actually, or push the bolt out, and we will set this over here for now. And this wheel here, oh yeah, this wheel actually has the teeth right here, and that looks like that could be cleaned up quite a bit. Probably put some grease on there, but yeah, this is the teeth that are actually driving this. So set that aside. Yeah, there's no way that I'm going to be able to do that. Not easily. Because, as you can see here, this is the sprocket that's actually driving that around. So, I'm not going to be able to attach anything to that to spin this so that we can sharpen a little bit faster. One way I could think of, and I wouldn't even be able to do that. I was going to say we could probably put some kind of pulley around it, you know, a rubber band or something around it in here, but it's just going to catch on this anyway, so that's not really possible. So just go back to doing it the way I was doing it. That'd take forever. Alright, that's as much as I'm going to do for now. That should at least help it. But one of the things that we probably should do also is just run a quick, see if we can't keep this nice and straight, and just try to finish the face of this. Because even though the rotary part is a blade, this also is too. It's kind of like scissors. It pinches the grass up against it here. So if we can try to sharpen this a little bit, just the front face of it, that might help. So now I'm going to actually try to adjust this to where we get a little more contact between this and the blade. So we'll flip this back over. We've got these adjusting screws right here. Alright, I'm going to go with that, see what it does. Let's go test it. Alright, so this thing still kind of sucks. But it's in its defense, it's not designed for tall grass like this. So I just basically am going through here and I'm just going to mow it down. It is cutting better than what it was before, but it's got a few different faults. One is the tires are old and kind of dry rot, so they're smooth. They don't really grip very well. This thing would actually be best to mow on a weekly basis, just for the mess and also for the ease of use. So I actually am about a week later, and I'm going to show you how easy it is once it's actually just at a normal level. Alright, so this is about a week later, and it's getting closer to winter time or fall or whatever, so grass isn't growing that much, but it'll give you an idea how it should be. Alright, as you can see, it's already a lot easier to push, and it's cutting, it's just cutting the top off, which is what it's designed to do. It actually works pretty well. I think here in a second I'm going to show you where I'm actually going through the other side of this, where I haven't cut yet, and it's actually grown since the last time I cut this. So just to show you, as long as I take it piece by piece, like eating an elephant, take a bite at a time, it's not too bad. If it's going across the full blade of it, you've got a lot of grass to cut, and it's really difficult, and it binds up a lot. But if you just go like half of it, initially, then it works out pretty good. Right here, I'm just taking in half the blade. It's going right over it pretty easily. A little bit of an issue, but it's working out pretty good considering how tall this grass is. But yeah, just taking half of it at a time versus trying to go the full blade width all the way across. And that may be what it takes just to get the grass itself in shape and get it used to the level that you're going to cut it at. Here, I'm actually dealing, you see there, a real tall piece. This thing is not cutting that tall piece. It just keeps folding it over and won't do any good. So you may end up having to do just this and pluck a few here and there just to get it in check. But it's just the design, the way this thing is. But overall, I think it works out pretty good. I think I might even try to use this in the spring and just show you how well this thing works with nice, fresh, growing grass. And plus, it'll look a lot better. This is a little bit brown. Alright, so as always, I appreciate you watching. You guys are what makes this actually possible. Hopefully this helped you out. If you decide to get one of these, hopefully it does the same for you or does better. Just let me know what you think. Let me know if there's anything you should try, and look out for the next video whenever I actually do the update on this.